Peasant Productions presents the massive ESP, why it works, even if you don't believe in it. Occupy ISS, International Space Station, a one-person's revolution. I guess the only way to put it, I can't say army, but one person's revolution. It's launched, it's on its way, who knows where it's going to go. But for you, those of you that are sitting back and kind of laughing, stop and think about the fact that I've spent the better part of my life trying to beat Murphy's Law and be prepared for stuff. You know, I was a Boy Scout for a while. I didn't go climbing way up in the ranks. Part of it was just, you know, giving me a chance to get out and get in nature and be away from city life and be away from an abusive step family. But being prepared is something that I have quite a habit of. Those of you that don't like people to use cheat sheets, try and find anybody that doesn't do a speech and prepare themselves for their speech beforehand, other than an absolute fool. They have Toastmasters, just so you can go and learn how to speak in front of crowds and stuff. I've had to do that a lot. So keeping notes and keeping your head together is necessary. Multiple pads, now that's a sign of a creative idiot, a creative genius, something like that. I've got all kinds of them. But I have, you know, been a jack of all trades. I'm multi-talented. I take the idea of multitasking to a different level because I'm working on some, for instance, late night sitting there, I got thinking about something, you know, the science fiction stuff. They show you people walking on flat floors all the time, but nobody in science fiction has actually explained how you have that gravity there, okay? Even Star Trek, they explain that they have gravity plating on the floors, and that's what causes it. That's about as far as they go into it. Is, you know, I would have to do some heavy researching to, you know, see how far and deep it actually goes. It is, you know, still on the top of stuff that I've just popped up and started thinking about. But the whole concept of gravity and creating an artificial gravity is different than anti-gravity, which is used for levitation and mobilization of objects. Okay, levitate yourself, anti-gravity, anti-gravity levitation of yourself, a ship, a taxi cab, you know, sky cab was going to be Raymond's thing, and my thing as well. Well, we had taxi cabs that used anti-gravity. You can go anywhere in the world you want. For that matter, you can go to the moon. But that's a different system because it uses a propulsion, the resistance between two fields there. Making gravity that would hold all this stuff down is a little different. So yeah, it's something I'm kind of digging into and thinking about here. So what actually would have to happen in order to have an energy passing through that would put no more weight or stress on this piece of paper pad than it is on me, so that a baby wandering around, you'd be able to walk around, you'd be able to have your salads and your flowers on your table and your water stay in your glass and stuff like that. But needless to say, you know, as I'm bouncing around through all this different stuff, you know, the multitasking, I'm using multiple paths so that I can see here, 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 here. The equivalency, of course, would be the corporate office room where you've got, you know, the planning board, all the whiteboards up on the sides of the thing, and people are coming up and using the dry erase markers to, you know, write up this and that and the other thing and stick it all over and stuff like that. I use notepads for myself. It's nice and convenient. I'm one person. I'm a one-person business, so it just makes more sense. If I need to, I can put the stuff up on the wall. But in dealing with this idea of being a jack of all trades and multitasking, being able to think of more than one thing at a time, putting stuff on the back burner in my head and letting it sit there, inventions go that direction. I think, oh, you know, and that's what this gravity thing is. It's going into the invention pile. So it's something where I'm teasing my thought. And then as I'm walking through daily life, I am aware enough to watch for something that might give me a clue or make me thinking about what to do to make something happen, work, or facilitate it. So in the same way, Operation International Space Station, Operation Snowball, Occupy ISS International Space Station, it's put out there, it's kicking it around, I'm sending it around, I'm doing stuff, I will continue to put stuff out. But I'm not so deeply worried or concerned because, you know, in 1960 I was told that, you know, there's not next to nothing you can do that'll ever wake humans up and make them pay attention to what they're doing to themselves. So there's a part of me that, you know, I'll gladly put my butt out on the line and try and do stuff to help people. But there's also a part of me that says, well, okay, we got this going, it's running, all right, gods, you have what you want, you have me trying to make a miracle happen. Now, excuse me while I step back to my real life, and I work on those things as well. And this hasn't died. This will continue going on and all of that. The energy's still there. But as a multitasking or a jack of all trades, you know, I'm able to step away from this and go do something else and take care of other stuff and other business. Yeah, I told that parable about the guy on his roof and the flooding, and then, you know, obviously we got flooding everywhere. Hawaii, call someplace paradise, as the Eagles say, kiss it goodbye. It's a disaster zone right now. But you know, the guy was, you know, constantly complaining that, you know, he wanted God to show up with a beam of light and who knows what. I grew up sailing. We got a very nice big 42-foot trimaran when I was 10 years old, and I quickly saw the ramifications of such a boat being able to travel around the world. I started reading into it. I started learning about being a solo-handed sailor because I then started talking to myself and dreaming about sailing around the world. And, you know, I'm living with an abusive step family. Believe me, folks, I wasn't dreaming about sailing anywhere with them. So, you know, single-handed sailor, solo dude, get out, go on my own way. I'm a lone wolf. I always have been. But yeah, 10, 11 years old, I'm studying how to survive 1,000, 2,000 miles from the nearest convenience store, the nearest, you know, garage, the nearest wharf, the nearest anything that's called land, okay? Yeah, so I have a whole different perspective on stuff. I take care of stuff, I do stuff, I make things work. Oh, and this directly relates to the idea of what I'm talking about with the shuttles, okay? Do not dream of these shuttles as pieces of works of art. They are not to be works of art. They are lifeboats, folks. You want to get off the planet into space, start building some systems up there that while everything is gone haywire down here, you can produce food, you can produce electricity, you can produce raw materials, you can put all the stuff necessary to be piping down here to these people and helping them. Okay? What are you going to do when Hawaii says we don't have enough shelters for all the people that are going to be in danger right now? You know, you're seeing the same thing over in Europe. We don't have places to put all these people that are running away from countries we're bombing the snot out of. You know, refugees everywhere. Puerto Rico. You know, a year down the line is a new hurricane season, and they just got power restored to pretty much everybody on the island. But oh yeah, the government admits that it wasn't only 47 people that died during that storm. It was more like 1,700 people that are dead, and there might be others that they don't know about. So preparing for what's going to happen in life. Instead of being the Jesus freak, say, "Oh, my God's going to save me. I don't have to do anything at all. I'm a pretty little prince or princess." Yeah, you do stuff, okay? Like I said, I've got absolutely no way that I can even begin to guess how you're going to beat this. 1 million viruses, 1 million bacteria, and everywhere around the planet you've got pollution in different chemistry compounds, different soups, okay? Everywhere around the planet it's a soup. And it's a different flavor of soup, whether it's China or the Gulf, Gulf of Mexico, or the Indian Ocean or Pacific, some place in the Pacific. It's all got different levels of chemicals and stuff, which means every one of these areas is going to react differently. Has the absolute chance of producing a radically different thing than over here. Point A, point B, point Z, it doesn't matter. And your government's not prepared for it. Your government is terrified of it. And if I had to say any reason at all that Trump announced his Space Force in retaliation to me announcing Occupy ISS, I would say it's because the 1% elite rich never thought about this. They never contemplated what all of this pollution would do to something that they had no control over whatsoever and would never have control over. Yeah. So that's why I say, if you want to create a miracle, one, you got to put the actual energy into having it happen. That's why it's very ill-conceived to walk into a church and hand a priest, here's $1 million, priest. Give me prayers for my daughter. She's got cancer. The priest takes that money, gives it to the higher up in the church or whatever. He will probably tell the next level what your request was in a prayer, and maybe he'll talk about your prayer as a request in the next Sunday church or Thursday night meetings, or whatever the ritual is. But you got very little. You take that same request of prayers and you put it on Facebook. Stupid as it sounds, you have literally increased the odds of going from a church with, we're not even going to get the mega church stuff here. Just, the average church, 200, 300 parishioners type of a thing. You put it out there and you've got a chance of it going for a longer period of time, more people being involved and thinking about it and actually pushing energy towards your request for a miracle. So it's out there. It's actually happening. There's actually people thinking about it. Something comes to me to think about, oh, hey, this person's got cancer, this person's got a bum deal or whatever, And I'm like, oh yeah, think, energy, yeah. May somebody help you. And you're literally doing more. Yes, it costs you more time to sit there and be on Facebook and tracking all this stuff and thanking people for doing stuff. But think about it. You actually physically create an energy pattern to make something happen that would actually involve a miracle of your cancer person, family member with cancer, getting cured or getting remission, sufficiently strong enough that they go for years without anything more happening. To sit around and think you don't have to do anything, oh, I got Uncle Bob down there, he's going to take care of it. No. That didn't work. That doesn't work.